Dushyant Sridharji, this is in a way your future generations, your next generation is being reunited with faith. It is rekindling that fire of faith in future generations, and several of those children, my colleagues Akshita Nandgopal and Anjana Om Kashyap spoke to, they said that when they were asked to give up something to be a part of this Kar Seva, a lot of children for one whole year, they gave up television, they gave up mobile phone, they gave up cola, they gave up pizza, they gave up chocolate, and it was with Seva Bhav that they worked for the temple, Dushyantji.
Very true, Gaurav. See, in Sanatana Dharma, in Hinduism, temple is just not meant for going, praying, and for the purpose of worship. It is also to learn from the architecture. So, when you go around a temple, there are different layers, Gaurav. It talks about the animals, it talks about the Panchabhutas, it talks about the Puranic incidents, the incidents from the Itihasa. So the children of the Middle East, because the expats, the Indian expat population in the whole of Emirates itself is huge. And for them to learn about the religion to which they belong to will be serving many, many layers. It will talk about iconography, it will talk about culture, architecture, civilization on the whole. And you did bring in a very good point. It brings in discipline. When you spoke about the children giving up certain practices, which is like junk food and things like that, there is a certain discipline that a temple also brings, because the temple, opens at a certain time and closes at a certain time. So more than just reading them in books, if there is a living temple with the Pratishtha done in Abu Dhabi, I'm sure the children, there will be an urge for them to go every weekend to the temple, to stay connected to the culture. So it does become a source of information and knowledge gaining as well, Gaurav. And I absolutely commend the Emirates, the president, the president there, for having been so courteous and being an Islamic nation. They have been so open-hearted, and I absolutely commend them. And this is going to talk about just not the India-UAE ties. It is also going to give a different air to the Hindu-Muslim relationship. And that is just going to bring more positivity in the relationship, and hope people do understand and learn from this. And yes, it's a wonderful moment, Gaurav.
It truly is a wonderful moment. Ambassador Sikri, as a diplomat, the effort always, through your entire career, has been to build bridges. But when you have a diaspora which is 3.5 million strong, what kind of a bridge would this build, and what does this mean for the Indian diaspora living and working in the United Arab Emirates and the message that it sends across the region, madam?
It means a lot. It means it's absolutely critical for them. I think this is the reflection of tremendous success in soft power projection for India, for the vision of our Prime Minister as he foresaw it. And he's accepted the diaspora as this living bridge between India and the rest of the world. And now the diaspora has this beautiful temple which epitomizes the coming together of all cultures. As you explained, it has the camels, it has the flora and fauna of the local place, of all the other religions. This temple has been designed and conceptualized by people representing all the religions of the world.
Yes.
And the land has been gifted by the president of the UAE. So, this is such a beautiful success. And this is what we always dreamt about. We must remember that millennia ago, the civilizational contacts between India and the Gulf region, the Middle East, epitomized this place. The United Arab Emirates, as we know, were famous for their pearls, famous for their beauty, and the Arab dhows and the Indian ships. There was the Gujarat coast where the shipping began, and there was the United Arab Emirates, Sharjah and other places where it was a first stop in its journey to the Middle East, and then
Port Rashid
of Europe. So this is the coming to remembering that millennial link and bringing it to life again. It will be real for the people of India, for the people of India living in the Gulf, and for the people of the Gulf themselves. They will remember, and I think it's very visionary of the president of UAE to bring in this aspect of tolerance, peace and harmony, to show to his own people that this is real. This is what all religions are about. And all religions can find their culmination in peace, tolerance, and harmony. So the message goes out to the people of the UAE, the people of the Gulf region, and of course to the people of India living there. It's a tremendously important message.
Okay.
And it comes together with, I would say, the very important agreements that the Prime Minister has signed with the Prime Minister of India and the President of UAE have seen signed in their presence. One of those I want to mention, which is to develop a national maritime heritage complex in Lothal.
Yes.
Lothal is ancient, the most ancient port in the world, 4000 BC, that it dates back to, and even beyond. And that is where India and UAE are going to develop this national maritime heritage complex to reflect this civilizational link between our two countries. Now, if all countries were to develop such civilizational links, memories, memorials, complexes, to such civilizational links, the world would be a much peacer and safer place, a much more peaceful and much safer place, because we would all recall that in times gone by, we were so peacefully trading with each other. We had no difference.
And that actually brought wealth to the entire region. And India, India was known as that golden sparrow. The point that you were raising, ma'am, and I want to take this to Radhika Shukla. Radhika ji, a Muslim king donated land for a Hindu temple where the lead architect is a Catholic Christian, the project manager is a Sikh, the foundational designer is a Buddhist, the construction company is Parsi, and the director comes from the Jain tradition. तो इतना जबरदस्त ये पूरा मिश्रण हुआ है, ये क्या संदेश दे रहा है, कल्पना क्या थी और क्या निकल कर आया है?
देखिए, संदेश तो बहुत ही साफ है. जो अभी हम फेस्टिवल मना रहे हैं, फेस्टिवल ऑफ हार्मनी, तो बहुत ही क्लियर संदेश दिया जा रहा है कि हर एक धर्म के, हर एक प्रांत के लोग इकट्ठा मिलके एक श्रद्धा के केंद्र को बना रहे हैं. तो इसमें कोई भेदभाव नहीं है. यहाँ पे हर जाति के, हर प्रांत के सभी लोगों के लिए ये खुला है. तो ये एक हार्मनी का मैसेज जा रहा है, एक संभाव का मैसेज जा रहा है कि ये मंदिर सभी के लिए है.
और दुष्यंत श्रीधर, द प्राइम मिनिस्टर, he spoke in Tamil, he spoke in Telugu, he spoke in Malayalam, he spoke in Kannada. The Kannada, the message, some who try to create that artificial north-south divide in our country, the diaspora is giving them a befitting answer, perhaps as is the Prime Minister from Abu Dhabi.
Very true, Gaurav. Interestingly, there are 7 sannidhis which are built within the temple, the Abu Dhabi temple. Generally, there's a saying, half of Kerala is outside Kerala. And a large section of the Malayalam-speaking Astikas live in the Gulf countries.
Yes.
And UAE has a significant Malayalam-speaking population. And so we have a sannidhi for Shabarimala's Ayyappa, who is regarded as an avatar of Shasta. And to the Tamil, the Telugu, and the Kannada-speaking population, there is this grand sannidhi of Balaji, Venkateshwara Swami of Tirumala, Tirupati, there along with Padmavati. To the Astikas who speak Bengali and Odia, there is a sannidhi for Puri Jagannath there. To those of them who speak Hindi, Bhojpuri, Maithili, Marwari, Marathi, Gujarati, there are sannidhis of Ram Parivar, there is a sannidhi for Radha Krishna, there is a sannidhi of Shiv Parivar there. And of course, there is this Acharya of Sahajananda Swami, who is revered as Swami Narayan. So, in a way, like how you did speak about the different people who were involved of different religions in the construction of the temple, there are different aspects of Bharatadesham and the theologies and the philosophy which is respected and represented in this beautiful temple. And it is very important, Rahul, because just imagine I have spoken in many of the BAPS temples in the US. So had the same temple been inaugurated in the US, it would have just been a 102nd temple there. But in the UAE, it becomes very important because as far as the Prana Pratishtha of all these sannidhis have happened, this is probably the only large temple in Abu Dhabi. There is one in Dubai recently as well. So this Abu Dhabi temple speaks a lot, and it will surely raise the eyebrows of many, many people across the world, because this is going to just not redefine the Hindu-Muslim unity, but it will also talk about India and UAE's ties.
Yes.
So I'm so happy that the president of the country has led this very arduous task of actually showcasing this unity by welcoming the construction of the temple. And, Gaurav, at times I feel this generation of different ages that we all see, we have seen a pandemic, we have seen the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya, and now we are seeing a temple in UAE. I just hope we get to see many such momentous occasions during our lifetime. I think this is a century of us. It's for us.